I liked the being zapped by an old lady and turning to sand, which has always been a dream of mine. And yeah, because there was something, there was a lot of decisions in my time in Doctor Who that I made because I was a big Back to the Future fan. Like the gilets. Do you guys have gilets here? Do you know what a gilet is?
No.
A puffy vest. Puffy vest is a different thing. The thing, the body warmer, the life preserver. That was because I was a big Martin McFly fan. And also the disappearing sand felt like the bit where his hand disappears when he's on stage, and I just really liked that. So.
Let's go right to that doctor right there with glasses.
Out of all the times that you've played like a character on stage versus on screen, what do you find is the biggest difference in the way you have to act from like something like Once or Doctor Who?
So if anyone didn't hear that, just the difference between performing on stage in something like Once versus performing on screen in Doctor Who.
They both have their difficulties and challenges, and an equal amount of work, I think, for each one. Being on stage is different, depending on how long you're doing it for. I've just done a show called Once, which was great, and I did it in New York for a while, and then in London, and all in all I did it for like 10 months, which is, I was terrified. I was meant to do it in New York for a year, and I couldn't. The idea of doing it that many times was, I thought I'd just go mad by repeating the same thing over and over again. But there's something about that repetition which makes you make different decisions each time, and I find being on stage much less nerve-wracking than doing TV stuff, because it feels like, especially after a while, that you've done it so many times that you can really play with what you're doing and make decisions in the moment. Whereas for TV stuff, for me anyway, and I still feel very much at the beginning of my career that you have to do a lot of work beforehand to get to that point on the day, and you only really get a few chances to get it right. And also you have that pressure of making the definitive version of something. But doing something like Doctor Who was great because you get to know the character so well, so your decisions come much quicker, and you get to, when you're working with people like Matt and Karen and Alex, and everyone else who's involved in it, and you forge working relationships with them, and you understand how each other tick. And it really helped having been on stage with Matt before, because we did a play together before we did Doctor Who together. So we'd already worked together and knew kind of bits of how each other did stuff. So that made that more enjoyable and just easier. But then, there's some days in the theatre when you go, I don't know if I've said this already today, and you do go slightly mad. So there is that.
We'll go back down here to the Feds.
Just kind of curious what your most memorable behind the scenes on any episode of Doctor Who, whether it be with Matt or Karen or Trio in general.
A memorable behind-the-scenes moment while working on Doctor Who.
Wow. What secrets can I tell you? We had so much fun because we travelled so much together. Like going to Croatia to do Vampires in Venice was great. That was really fun. And we stayed in this little town, and then all of us going to Utah and hanging out and going to strange bars called the Shotgun Saloon, where we all thought we were going to die. Yeah, there were loads of fun, but so much of the time, we felt I think me and Matt will probably touch on this tomorrow, but so much of the time was because we were doing it for so long, and no matter who you spend time with, you will have loved ones or people you live with, that you can choose to go, oh no, I've had enough of you for a bit, we need to go and do our own thing for a bit, you know. Whereas we were forced together in this kind of environment for a very long time, so we built up this way of talking to each other, which kind of involved not really saying anything, but just being quite loud. And I think it was kind of annoying for a lot of people who we were around. But there was so much time, you know, where there were amazing sets and big, you know, sweeping camera shots and whatever, which a lot of the time we were just sitting around for, trying to alleviate the boredom at times. And really such just funny places in your mind. So a lot of the most memorable times were just pissing around with each other, trying to make each other laugh. Boy, did we laugh. Yeah.
Let's go up top if there are any questions from up top, like right dead center with the black hair from the looks of things from down here.
What was the first episode you seen of Doctor Who?
Where are you? Oh, hey. So high up. Don't fall. The first episode, it wasn't on when I was a kid, but it was when I was really young. So I remember sitting at my nan's house, the same nan, while she was gazing at me, looking, saying, "You're so beautiful." When I was a kid, in front of the fire, I remember watching some Sylvester McCoy episodes. So it was one of those, I think, and I can't be more specific than that. Yeah.
Oh boy, there's a fez in the middle of that trio over there. Yeah.
Do you own a lot of Doctor Who memorabilia, and if you do, what's your favorite piece?
Only the stuff I stole.
Which begs the question.
Best what did you steal?
Yeah.
It's got 2 bits of the TARDIS. It's got like a phone, and there's a magnifying glass which was used quite a bit, that was just on the TARDIS, like a proper magnifying glass, which was just on the Earth. I nicked that straight away. And then, I'm not sure what I've got. When our leaving presents, they gave me and Karen giant pictures of ourselves. Thanks. So there you go, that's above my bed. It's on my dad's house. But yeah, I don't know. I've got like whole piles of stuff. Having an action figure of myself was a pretty big moment. That was a pretty big day. It looks nothing like me, but it's nice to have. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And I kept all the scripts and everything. I'm gonna, you know, when I get really broke, when I'm in I have my slump in my 40s. I think my 30s are going to go well. Then I'm going to spend all my money, become bankrupt, and just sell all my Doctor Who memorabilia. It's going to happen.
I imagine that moment of getting your action figure had to be like a really cool, like, wow, this is really me, this is the world, that this has happened.
Yeah.
Was there a preceding one? Like, was there a moment, you know, when you were shooting, or was there a moment where it hit you, like, just how, you know, huge the impact you would have is on the world?
It was really funny, because we were all so nervous because we didn't know how well it was going to do, you know, especially Matt. Like, the weight on his shoulders was quite considerable, and then shooting 11th Hour was great, because it felt, we knew how good the script was. It's still one of my favourite episodes. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant piece of television. It's directed so well by Adam Smith. I think it's, you know, really, really good. So there was a moment where, because you're filming it, you don't really think people are going to watch it when you film, because you can't think about that. You just have to think of what you're doing at the time. And then we watched a really, really early, rough cut of it with Beth and Piers and Stephen, who were producing the show at the time, in a flat in Cardiff, and Matt and Karen just sat watching it. Every time we were on screen, it was going, it's real, oh, it looks so stupid, what are you doing? Stupid, this is horrible. And yeah, I think that happens a lot with things. It's just like, I can't bear watching myself in anything, or listening to my own voice. It's just like, if I was in the audience, I wouldn't, you know, be doing that. So it's, I don't know, that's kind of unbearable. But then you realise, that was when I realised that, oh God, other people are going to watch this. And then, you know, when we went to the first screening, you see people really engaging with it. you know, the first people that come up to you in the street and go, "Are you Doctor Who?" That's kind of like, oh wow. Yeah, that's kind of. It wasn't one defining moment, but yeah.
Go back to the crowd. I gotta go to this side of the room. They're in a duck costume from the looks of things.
Cool.
Matt does the drunk giraffe. You have to choose a drunk animal. What would you choose? Can you demonstrate?
What a kind question. Thank you. I've been really annoying my friends at the moment with this idea that I can dance, and I can't at all. My girlfriend can really dance well, and so I can do drunken me when I'm dancing, which is generally this. You have to take it very seriously and call it the spaghetti arms. And it really annoys all my friends who are trying to enjoy themselves. So, it's a little insight into my hilarious life.
Oh, wow. Slender Man, I think.
You are like terrifying.
Oh, that is.
Oh, excuse me.
Your thoughts on England's World Cup campaign?
We're really for a country that prides itself on. So, a country, it's anger-inducing. Actually, it's a country that has one of the best football leagues in the world. You realise that it's only because we've bought all the players from abroad. It's ridiculous. Yeah, awful. But as expected. You know, let's stop watching.
We'll go back to this side. Way at the back, I see Loki.
Which alien is your favorite and why?
I really like the silence because he's sitting right there. Because I like the psychological element of I think it's genuinely scary rather than, you know, just someone in a suit. It's a real scary idea behind it, and I think it's really clever. Yeah.
Maybe we'll go back up top. I see a hand right there. Above you. There. I'll come back.
Not you. Yeah, you know the question was awful.
Right back. Now there's 3 people asking questions.
Everyone, all of us.
Steve probably came on Doctor Who before. So if you were actually casted as a doctor again,
we should have gone to the other one. Sorry, what was that? I can't hear you. I can't.
If you were to play...
Your voice has got higher!
If you were to
How would you think
I'm so sorry. What?
I'm sorry, I've lost control of this. I feel some moderators.
Shouting at me!
Oh, God. Alright, you're trying to reiterate the question, right? Okay, we'll let her reiterate.
The question was, if you become the doctor, and if you just call him the doctor, please, I'm Dr. Who. What?
What's the end of the question? I got the beginning.
How would you play the doctor?
Oh. Didn't.
And we'll go back to that first lady. There's a lady right at the balcony, right there in the dark shadow. She just threw her arms up. That's who I was going to, and then we'll go back up there somewhere. All right, first things first.
Okay. If you could play in any movie, what would it be and what character would you play in?
Wow.
So a dream project, I
A
suppose.
dream project. Have you guys seen Brazil? Terry Gilliam. I always wanted to play Jonathan. I mean, I wouldn't want to do a remake because that film's perfect. But if I could have played any part in any film, it would have been Jonathan Pryce's part in that. I think he's brilliant. I think he's amazing. So yeah, I'd love to be in a Muppet movie. My friend Zach Levi just did some stuff with Sesame Street, and I was like, yeah. So yeah, that would be cool. And then other things that are serious. Yeah.
Alright, and there was the other lady who kept trying to get her question out there.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Don't apologize.
People are really bad at
No, there's three girls right here to the left, and the middle one of the three. Go for it.
What's the stupidest thing you've ever done on the set of Doctor Who?
Well, both myself and Matt look fairly clumsy. Just breaking things endlessly. Stopping filming because you pull the handles off a door. Yeah. Yeah. There's times on... I had to be in a hospital on the pirate episode. On a slab, and I just kept falling asleep. I was meant to be like, nearly dead or whatever, so that was fine. But yeah, there's a lot of broken stuff, and I just hurt myself a lot. Injuries.
I think I'm gonna stay
Fine,
down.
thank you.